Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, my name is Lauren. We are starting our 5th year homeschooling, and today we are going to share our curriculum picks for our family subjects, and that is going to include Bible, science, history, and art. I also have separate videos for this year for 4th grade and 1st grade. I also have our curriculum picks for past years on my channel too. So let's get into it. All right, the first thing I'm going to show you guys for our family subjects this year is our not consumed Bible studies. I showed you guys these last year. We kind of stopped because my youngest didn't want to do them. So I am just picking these two. I'm doing these two for her. These are the pre-K, and I'm holding off on the primary ones that I have both of them primary so she can do these. These are pre-K, but she's in 1st grade now. So we're going to be doing Making Peace and Keep Thy Heart. And then these two are the primary, and these are from 2 different series. The Making Peace is Learn God's Way to Resolve Conflicts. This is from the Relationship series. And then Keep Thy Heart is the key to staying on the right path, and this is the Heart series. And I love how they come with stickers and bookmarks and cards. All the sets do. So these are actually some different stickers in here. Very cute. And my oldest loves them. My youngest was just not into it last year, so I just paused on the studies so we could do them together. Next time though, I will be making sure that they both have the same level, or they both have primary, and that I do not need my own parent guide because I will be just following along with them. It was a little bit difficult to try to balance pre-K and primary and my own. So I just want them to have primary together, and then I will just work with them. When they're a bit older and they can do that independently, and then we can come together and discuss, that'll be different. But when they're younger and we're doing it together, I want them to both have primary. Next, we will be reading the Geology. I love the pictures. Here's the Trinity. So we will be reading through this. Next thing we are going to work on is a little bit of geography. Me on the map. We did our 50 states this past year, and we actually did this the beginning of last year as well, but my youngest, she was little, so I think this year she will get more out of this. It is based on a really cute book. It starts with me in my room, and then drawing a picture of that, the house, street, town, and then it just goes from there. Like, this is my world. So Little School of Smiths made a guide for this. Super cute activities. I love it. So, and we loved this little circle that you could build as you go from your home to the planet. We are going to be revisiting Me on the Map, so my youngest can participate a little bit more than she did last time. And for history, so like I said, we did Notgrass, our 50 states this past year, so now we're moving into history instead of geography. So I kind of switch them up, and I don't focus on both at the same time. So we'll be doing our Star Spangled story. We're going to be working through part 1. So there's 2 books, part 1 and part 2. We will be working through part 1, and there's different units. So they have the lesson, we read together. It's just a couple pages. They have lesson activities, review questions, unit review, and then there's hands-on ideas as well. And then of course there's projects for each unit, so those are really fun as well. And then it moves on to another lesson. So that is what our Star Spangled story looks like. There's student workbooks. So we will be working through this, I'm gonna say at least 2 years. I'm not sure how long, but I got each of them a student workbook. It also comes with the timeline. pretty cool book as well. Timeline book is always helpful. Star Spangled Rhythms and Rhymes. There's even some dance demonstration videos. It's like some poetry. And we also have the answer key and literature guide. I plan on working through American Girl history. We did this with my oldest daughter. I believe she was in first grade, so this would be 3 years ago. Has it been that long? I feel like it was 2 years ago, but it might be 3. I'm gonna guess 3 years ago. This is from Little School of Smiths as well. And my plan is to go through, these are the girls that were already done for the American Girl history. Okay, so here's our history timeline notebook. We did not write much in this yet. We just wrote down the American Girl doll and put a sticker of her there, and we didn't write anything extra of the history events, which we will go through when we go through our Star Spangled story. So we'll add those in there. And then as we go through the time, when we get there in our Star Spangled story, we will pause and take some time to go through the American Girl dolls and fit those in as well. I'm not going to show you guys all of it. There's a lot of different activities that you can do with each American Girl doll as well. And we did not do all of these activities when we went through it the first time. So we'll probably add some more this time, as well as both girls doing it, because my youngest was a baby when we went through this the first time. And they are based on the American Girl books. So this is just a set for Caroline. The Caroline study has been released. I'm not sure about the other ones, but as they are released, then we'll add them in. I'm not worried about all of them being out, but we already have 8 of them, and I know Caroline is out, so that's 9 of them. You'll just fit them in at their time period. But in the back, there's like a looking back section about America in 1812, so it just shows a lot of really cool pictures and some history in here as well. So when she does the units for each doll, it pulls information from these books. There's a lot of deep dives that we can go into in history here. I think that the girls are gonna have a lot of fun balancing the Notgrass, our Star Spangled story, with the American Girl history. I think they're gonna have fun bouncing back and forth with that once I actually write down the years and have a plan for that, because it's just an idea at this point. I had that idea last year to do that, and now it's finally going to be put into action. Moving on to science, another Little School of Smiths unit study. We will be doing Me and My Amazing Body. This is another one of those books by Joan Sweeney. So we will be doing this, as well as doing some of the activities in here as well. So this will be fun. I actually did not go through this with my oldest. I wanted my youngest to do it and us to do it together, so I did hold off on this last year. My oldest did The Good and the Beautiful Human Body, but this year we are going to be doing this unit. We're starting with this unit. And just some books and things that I do have to go along with the human body. The Smithsonian Decay book. The girls flip through these books all the time. They just find it so interesting. They can flip through here, but they have been asking me, when are we going to open the squishy human body? I did have one probably about 2 years ago, and I bought another one to save it. It's actually like the box is squished. I bought another one to save it for when we studied the human body again, because the first one, all of the little body parts got squished and like ripped apart. I know they're supposed to squish, but they got ripped apart and broken, and we threw the parts away. It does say ages 8 and up. As long as your child is not going to completely destroy the parts, then you should be fine. But a few years ago, we were not at that point. So there is a stand and the human body can stand up. It's really cool. We are finally gonna pull out the squishy human body. A few more books that I grabbed from our homeschool library, I'll call it. 100 Things to Know About the Human Body. So this is just filled with a bunch of fun facts. And then here you can see his heart. Talks about eating healthy foods and you can see what's in her basket. So really cool. The Usborne Big Book of the Body. And when they say giant fold-outs, they're not kidding. You see how long this is? And it folds out even more. And then there's the other side. Muscles. Some really fun interactive books for them. And I'm gonna mention these are not geared towards kids, but they are DK books, The Science of Yoga and The Science of Strength Training. It's understanding the anatomy and physiology. This is very helpful if you're looking to even like stretch a particular muscle or see what muscles are being worked in certain poses. This is one of the books that my oldest likes to flip through, and she is very interested in yoga, so she flips through that book, as well as the strength training one, because she sees me lifting weights, and she is interested in things that she sees me doing. So I haven't been lifting recently, but I need to get back into it. But she will try to find what workout I'm doing and then tell me which muscle I am working. It's really cute. Those two are very cool books. Continuing with science, we did not focus on a lot of science, or at least a lot of science through curriculum this past year, and I mentioned that in my summer plans video. So a lot of this is from last year, or my plans from last year, The Good and the Beautiful, Weather and Water. I did get an additional student journal, so my youngest can participate with the journal activities if she would like. She definitely does not need to, but she might want to. I did purchase the activity books for these as well, so they're not here yet. So I will have 2 student journals and 1 activity book for these units. So if she wants to work in the student journal, that's great. And if she doesn't, I'll save it for later. If she wants to do the activity book, that's great too. So whatever my youngest wants to do is fine, but my oldest will be using the student journal. Look what arrived early. So this actually came in 2 days early. So I wasn't going to wait to add these into this video, but since they came, I decided to show you guys what they look like inside. These are the new, well, some are new, some were already out, K through 2 science activity books. There's a lot of options, but of course I ordered the ones that will go with the science units that we're doing this year. Weather and Water, I'm so excited about. So some of them say K through 2 and some of them say for littles. I don't know if I would stick to K through 2. I'm sure preschoolers could enjoy these as well, and even older kids too, even if it's just for coloring the pictures. And my additional student journals came in as well. So I have Weather and Water, 2 student journals, and the science activity book. So I have those. I have the Geology activity book with the unit study and student journals. I have Health in the Human Mind and 2 student journals. This one did not have an activity book. They'll both have the student journals, so I'm not worried about that. And Health in the Physical Body we completed last year, but I think I'm going to have my youngest, but maybe both of them. I'm not sure. I think they would both just enjoy the little activities, but they can use some of the activities along with Little School of Smith's unit study on me and my amazing body. So I think that would be a fun addition to that. So, and again, I'm going to have my youngest do whatever she wants to do. She can do these. She can actually fill things out in the student journal. It just depends on what she feels like doing, honestly. There's the Geology student journal. Just realized I didn't flip through any of these for you. All right, here's Weather and Water. This is cute. I think you could use this for older kids or younger, even preschoolers or kids that just want to color. That's what that one looks like. There's Geology. I do have a more in-depth flip through our curriculum video from last year because I flipped through the same books. We didn't do all of our science units last year. And then Health and the Human Mind. These are just the books that come along with the Good and the Beautiful Weather and Water unit, Health and the Human Mind, memory book, and A Penny for Your Thoughts. And then Geology, The World Beneath My Feet book. This is the Good and the Beautiful Rocks and Minerals study, which has more details about the rocks and minerals. And I also have the Good and the Beautiful Rocks and Minerals kit. So this just has the rocks and minerals they will be studying in here. Pretty cool. And I also picked up this DK book, my book of rocks and minerals. Just another reference book. It is similar to the book from The Good and the Beautiful. Can't hurt to have two books, right? So that is science. For art and nature, which is something else that they wanted to focus on this school year, specifically watercolor, is Watercolor With Me in the Forest. Dragonfly. They might want to do this. We've seen a lot of dragonflies lately. Bumblebee. I love how it gives the colors and the directions on how to do the painting. So that is very cool. And there's also Watercolor With Me in the Jungle. So same idea, where it gives you the color chart, the supplies, and directions for painting the butterfly. And if you're looking for a larger size book, the forest book is a lot thicker than the jungle book, page-wise at least. There's more pages in the forest. The girls are both really interested in watercolor, so we're doing watercolor for our art. And we will be revisiting Slow Down. We did not get through all of Slow Down last year. And it's something that the girls and I would like to. So I'm going to make sure that I schedule the extras into our week and get things on a rotation or a loop if I need to, but I really like planning by the day, so we'll see what I come up with. They really like this, and I did actually get the Slow Down guide from A Year of Learning. So there's a lot of pages. I believe it's over 1,000 pages in there, and I still need to decide what I'm going to print and what I'm going to use and go from there. But we will be using that for our Slow Down guide for their notebooks. So I think that's everything that I have planned. I feel like it's a lot of things, but it's a lot of good things. And if it takes us longer to get through history, that's fine. I'm planning on working through multiple things, going down the little rabbit trails and seeing where learning takes us, which is a very different concept for me because I really like checking off the boxes and saying, okay, this worksheet is done, this task is done, but it's going to be a very different thing for me. And we are going to see how it goes and how I schedule all of the things. So do you guys have a favorite watercolor book other than these? We have plain watercolor paper, plenty of paint, we have brushes, we have all the things. Books that have guides like this. I really think that my girls are really going to like that. So if there's any books similar to this, leave me a comment down below and let me know. I would love to hear from you. And I hope that your homeschool planning is going really well and that everyone has a wonderful year. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Remember to like and subscribe, it really helps out my channel. Also remember to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload new videos. As always, I appreciate you watching all the way to the end, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.